We visited Orne Harbor on November 17th. The map is wrong. It's a cove 1 mile wide, indenting the west coast of Graham Land on the west side of the Antarctic Peninsula. Orne Harbor is a popular excursion site for tourist expeditions to the Antarctic Peninsula.
This is 7:30 in the morning. We're approaching Orne Harbor, O-R-N-E, and we have lots of little icebergs and a few large icebergs. It is very cold out here, and as most mornings, the clouds seem to be right on the ocean, but it is very smooth and flat with a nice bright blue underneath the edge of the iceberg.
Actually, it's under the edge of the visible part of the iceberg. As we know, 90% of the iceberg is below the water level. Orne Harbor is a good place for kayaking, and we had lots of people who enjoyed doing that. The expedition team going ashore to set things up so we can come later.
Well, it's a little later and we're coming into the harbor. Lots of snow.
Here's some penguins bobbing up and down in the water, look like they're having fun.
9:30 and it's really cold. I understand it's -2 or -3 out there. And you can see ice in here. It has calved, fallen off the side here, but I haven't seen any do it, but that's where all this ice came from.
Are certainly dressed for the cold as we're waiting our turn to get on a Zodiac boat and go ashore. This is a really steep slope. It's hard to tell from this picture, and as you can see, I had help getting ashore. Here I am struggling to get up this steep slope. There were many expedition team members in the yellow jackets ready to help those of us who needed assistance. Good thing. This is as far as I got. The path starts way down there. And there's lots of ice over there. Who is going on with my encouragement? Okay, here's the hill. That flag up there, maybe it's in here, is where I made it. Stu went on up higher. I fell about 4 times coming down, but I'm not the only one who gave up. Here we are on the Zodiac boat headed back to the ship.
Kayak in the afternoon and push forward 1 hour. Wait, so maybe I'm... Okay.
The sun has come out. We have lots of ice. Look how pretty it is and undisturbed. And this area is making its way down to the water and it's all cracked up. I'd like to see it calf. I don't know why I guess they're waiting for another boat to unload so they can get back on board. Here is the view from deck 11. And here's where they're going ashore. See the zigzag up the hill? The first left turn, and the first right turn, and then the left turn, and then the right turn, and the next spot up there is where I stopped. See that group of 4? I went a little further, and Stu continued on up. Problem is it's slippery.
even with the walking sticks. And I fell down a few times and took a couple strong men to get me up. So I decided that was far enough. Well, for those who made it to the top, the expedition team members early in the morning made these steps because it was just too steep. Well, here's Stu at the summit of this steep slope. And here's everybody headed down the hill and back to the ship. And this is just some pictures of the ice and the snow on a beautiful clear day, although it was cold. And for those who did make it up to the top of the hill, there was a nice big colony of chin-strap penguins. Interesting, over here you can see like snowballs have come down the side. And over here, it's just pure white glistening snow. It's beautiful. And again, we've got wonderful weather. Look at this blue sky. Of course, it's 0 degrees centigrade, which is 32 Fahrenheit. It's not as windy as yesterday and doesn't seem as cold. And we have a couple people in the infinity pool, as well as people in the 2 hot tubs. Don't know where these guys are going, but they're headed out through the ice field, I guess. I don't know, maybe they're counting fish. They do seem to be looking over the side. I have to get in the shade so I can see in my viewfinder at all. And in this case, it's next to the power plant. This again. You can see over there people on the hill going up and going down. And up at the top, there are penguins. 5:30 Sunday afternoon. And it appears that we are coming about to leave this harbor. Okay, over here are penguins. And here we are sailing away from Orne Harbor.